Hi, I'm Curtis and welcome to the show. Hope you're having as great a time with this little endeavor as I am. Today, I'm in my hometown, Novato, my California hometown, Novato. Been here for nearly 40 years. This little area we're in is Miwok Park. If you want to learn about the land that we call home, the place that we live, I suggest visiting this little location. There's a wonderful museum about the Miwok Native Americans and all they share with the people that came to this land. On today's show, asparagus. We're gonna talk about white asparagus and green asparagus, two types. There's another one out there, purple asparagus also. And I'm also gonna share with you a recipe for Hollandaise sauce made in 3 minutes or less. Stick around, come up to Miwok Park, enjoy the beautiful redwoods, the gorgeous creek, and the kids would love to play. Peace, spread love. Asparagus. Ooh, what a gorgeous vegetable. The green asparagus, wow, has vitamin C, it has some potassium, all kind of good stuff for the body. The white asparagus, it's beautiful and it tastes good. Believe it or not, this skin is a little tougher than the green. So I'm going to show you some tricks when it comes to preparing both asparaguses. They both taste fabulous. Let's go to the hot pot. So did your mama tell you not to play with your food? Asparagus, you know, no joke. This may be my favorite vegetable. You know, I love all vegetables. However, there's something about asparagus, especially in the springtime. It starts to pop up out of the ground and it's just wonderful. Now, I love both types, the white as well as the green, or the green as well as the white. There's also a purple asparagus out there, so look for it. I haven't seen it in my local markets yet. However, when we travel north to Oregon and to Washington, I sure hope I'll find a lot up there. When buying asparagus, what do you look for? Remember my 5 tips to buying fresh foods. Look at it, make sure it looks good. This asparagus is absolutely gorgeous. Look at those tips there. They're closed tightly. The stems are firm. They haven't wilted, and there's no trimming on the bottom, so the produce people didn't try to hide anything from us. Gorgeous asparagus. And it has a fresh smell to it. Believe it or not, when asparagus passes its peak, those little tips, they give off a little bit of an odor. White asparagus, what should you look for? Same kind of thing. Make sure the buds are closed tightly. Now remember, the buds aren't nearly as big on the white asparagus as the green or the purple asparagus. Why? Well, white asparagus is grown in complete darkness. Turn out the lights, the party's just starting when it comes to white asparagus. They cover with either soil, as they start to shoot up, they just cover it up. So that photosynthesis where the light is into green doesn't happen, right? So each time they shoot up, they cover it with dirt or they cover it with plastic. Now, again, as I said earlier, the stalks are a bit tougher. So we usually trim a little bit off the bottom, and then we're gonna peel some so that it cooks quicker and easier. So why don't we go to the stovetop and get this pate, pate in a hot pot, started. I'm having fun tonight. And if I have time, I might show you a quick, easy way to make Hollandaise sauce. Goes great with asparagus. Let's go cook. Not quite ready to go to the stove top because I want to show you a couple of pots that I've got. If you saw the last episode, I introduced my ceramic pots and pans. I love them, okay? And they are great. And I bought these because I was working with kids a couple of weeks ago in the city, and I was using the induction cooktops. These have that magnetic bottom, so they work great with the induction heat. And the ceramic is non-stick, so it's fabulous to work with kids because you don't have to worry about them getting a sticky mess in the kitchen, right? Also, I just love making omelets with this bad boy. Now, I'm gonna cook the green asparagus in this vessel. Let me show you a new tool, a new toy, a new pot I have for the white asparagus. This is a tall stand-up steamer. I love it. Okay, now look at that red handle. All of this is dishwasher safe, the top with the little silicone handle that's easy to take off. You don't burn yourself. And inside the little steamer basket, you can steam other things, not just asparagus in this. It's almost like a pitcher that you could pour your tea out of. Love this. Looking forward to demonstrating. I'm going to take and tie the white asparagus. I'm going to trim it. You'll see me do that. And then I'm going to tie it not with a rubber band, but with some baking baking thread, okay? So we can put it in the steamer basket and it goes cool. All right, now let's get the hot pate started. Peace, spread love. All right, so let us prep our asparagus. I've removed the bottom rubber band from both the green and the white for a couple of reasons. I want to keep it all together as we talk about the spears. Again, when buying asparagus, those are nice and firm. They're not rock hard. And a lot of cooks will just take it and snap it where it bends. So like that, and that'll be the cut point. Me, I like to cut them a little more uniform. So I'll take my my knife and I just kind of take the, I'll look down and see where, you see how that is starting to, you see the color change there? I'll just cut through the whole thing like that, okay? Couple of reasons. One, I've got a nicer look on my asparagus that goes in the pot. All of this I will take in, for you juicers, you can juice this, or we can shred this and add it to our mulch pile. So that's one thing we can do with that. Let's move that way to my left, out of camera range there. And also in a lot of restaurants, they'll take the asparagus where I cut it like that. They'll cut a little less off the bottom. Then they will take the vegetable peeler and just a little bit under the tip, they'll peel down, and they'll peel it way, way, way down to where you almost see it's white like that. Personally, I just feel like I give up too much of that great asparagus in doing that. Now, when it comes to the white asparagus, because this outer layer that I'm trimming off this green asparagus is so much tougher, I will do that with the white asparagus. So, see, all that's just great eats right there, okay? Now, this is a vegetable, no joke. I will eat this myself in the spring and summertime. A lot of nights I'll just have steamed asparagus and a baked potato, or steamed asparagus by itself, and that's my dinner because I just love it. I love the flavor of it now. So with this, we're going to wash that, and I'll show you my technique for cooking my asparagus, the green asparagus, in a minute. Now let's prep the white asparagus. Clean up our workspace, and I have the butcher's twine. I called it everything except what it was. I call it thread and this and that. And when I've taken a rubber band, after you open your butcher's twine, I just put a rubber band around it so it won't unspool on me all day. And we'll just cut a piece of this off. Now, I'd really never like to use my good knives, my Wusthoffs, for cutting things other than food items. So I'll just grab my kitchen scissors. We'll clip off a piece like that. And if it's not long enough, we can always add more. And have any left over, you can fly your kite with it, right? Okay, so not enough jokes, Curtis. Let's do some cooking. So the white asparagus, I love the appearance of the white asparagus. And again, do you see the bottoms there? Now this one, I'm going to snap this, and hopefully I'm going to snap it up near my microphone so you can hear that nice little crisp there. And you see how tough though that skin is? You see that right there? Now again, as my friend Alton Brown would say, this is some good eats. However, that skin is so thick, you want to trim that off so we can get to it. So I'm going to take my knife and do the same thing. I'm going to cut maybe a 1/4 inch off the bottom, and then we're going to peel them down. So let's go. That like about a 1/4 inch. I need some of my teacher friends to help me measure. Okay, Now, that looks good. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful. Now take your time. You see how we're going to peel that down, take that tough outer layer off, make it a little more uniform. Oh, that's gorgeous. Now, one of the reasons with the steamer basket, let me show you, because one of the reasons to use the steamer basket is that you can tie this and put the asparagus in the pot like that, right? So the bottoms will be pretty much boiled, so they'll cook quicker, and the tops will be steamed. So I'm going to do some both ways. I'm going to trim some, and so we can kind of experiment in our kitchen tonight, okay? I'm going to trim some, and then we're going to just tie some and see the difference in the flavors, okay? Whoops. All right, so let me get these all ready. We'll come back and we'll get on the stove top, and I'll wash the green ones, and we'll get everything going. Okay, now our asparagus has been washed. The green asparagus, this is still my favorite way to cook it. If you noticed, I put one white one in there because I want to try them out, and I want to see which method is best, or if this method works with the white as well. Okay, so green asparagus is ready. What I'm going to do is add a little olive oil and cover it with water, salt, and pepper. Okay, and I've taken the asparagus that we trimmed already. It's tied, and we're going to add it to our little basket, a steamer basket, like so. And let's tie the others that I did not trim. I've got 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, and then one, the odd one goes in with the green ones. Let's just take and tie this. And again, you don't have to tie the asparagus. I just feel like for cooking it in the stand-up steamer basket, it's better. It'll keep it all together. And okay, I hope I don't bore you by tying in front of you. Tonight I'm feeling a little loopy. I don't usually, cook this late at night. However, we have a lot of work going on around the house, and it's just really hard to record during the day right now. This smells so good. There's something about fresh food. I mean, and there we go. It's going to go in the basket like that. We'll drop the steamer basket in and put about 2 inches of agua in there. And let's go to the stovetop. Party started. Okay, I'm going to look up and say, hey, peace out. I'm going to try to really keep my bald head out of the shot. Again, it's a one-man crew here, so I'm having a blast doing it. Now, I love this. Can you see? You can see right down the middle there. We're going to add about, what did I say, 1/4 inch? Maybe let's take, we cut off 1/4 inch. We're going to add about 1 inch or so of water in there. All right, that's a cup. Let's add a little more. And the remainder, I'm going to add over the green asparagus. Let's get this one started. Voila. We'll add our lid to it, because the white asparagus should take about 2 or 3 minutes longer to cook than the green asparagus. If I do this correctly, one of those things you always check, make sure this kind of slides in and locks in place. There's a little spot there. Curtis George, so Mom used to call me when I got in trouble. There we go. Curtis George. And don't burn your fingers there. Okay, we'll let that start going. Oops, I forgot to add a little. Let's add a bit of olive oil. Let's take a little spritzer. And a little salt and pepper. There's the salt. Comes the pepper. I'm keeping my bald head out of the shot. Whoops. Okay. See if we learned anything that time around, Curtis George. Look how easy. second time around, not like the first time, not like, well, stop it, Curtis. Okay, so we'll get that going. Now, again, this is the way I cook my asparagus 92% of the time. The other 8% of the time, I do something else, like that, or on the barbecue grill. So just a little water. I'm not going to totally submerge the asparagus in the water. Then again, my olive oil, and I love this tool. Just kind of spritz the asparagus, then salt. And what I love to do is we'll turn this on. Once the burner starts and it comes to a boil, we're going to let this cook for no more than 6 minutes. The old whoops. The old Apple Watch says it's 9:07 in the PM. So what's that? 9:13. This should be, well, once it starts to boil, then we'll start our clock. Cool. 8:09 on the old Apple Watch. We're getting our first signs of bubbling, boils, and troubling. How does that go in the crazy songs? Okay, so we're starting to, yeah. So 6 minutes from this point, 9:09. So 6 be 9:15. We'll sneak a peek. This is already cooking. It's been going about 3 minutes longer. So if all works out, at 9:15, we will be eating asparagus. All right, 9:15, let's turn off our burners. Let this sit for 1 second. We'll get ready to serve it up. Remember, with heat, everything expands. Oh, wow, that looks good. Okay, let's plate it up. Eat our asparagus. We'll start with the green. That looks pretty good, huh? Nice and tasty. Now, my favorite way to consume asparagus is like this. And I just put a little bit of butter on it. And if I need more salt, I'll add that. Now, normally I don't have the white and green asparagus together. Tonight we are experimenting. So I'm gonna add just a little butter. However, remember now, if you're calorie conscious or, whatever, if you don't, not a butter person, that olive oil really adds a nice softness and flavor to it as well. Okay, so this is my way of enjoying asparagus. That looks so good. Nice. Very nice. Let's try the white asparagus. Oh, let me move the camera so you can see me enjoying this. Let's give the asparagus a try. I've gone ahead and cut some up here so you can see the white pieces as well as the green. And I have to be honest, I never grow tired of eating asparagus. Let's give that white asparagus. Oh, you see that? Now, the stringy, it's very stringy, the white asparagus. This is one I did not trim. It's a bit more crunchy. However, the flavor is just outstanding. Let's go to the green. I've got the tips. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, gonna stop saying wow, wow, wow. I love asparagus. Let's try the white asparagus that we cut in the basket. And I think I'll make for you or share with you how to make an easy hollandaise sauce. Plate the white asparagus. Bring this over. Remember, we have our little, we'll pull the wire basket out. Oh, now that looks intriguing. Let's see what we have here. We can take one of the spears out like so. That's one that was not trimmed, and this one was trimmed. Let's see what we have here. I'm just going to take two out for now. because I need something to serve with the hollandaise sauce. Hollandaise sauce. A little bit of butter. Okay. Oh, let's cut it up. The smell is interesting. When I say interesting, it's a good smell. Now see how tough that is? Wow. And we cooked this about 3 minutes longer than the green asparagus. Cooking time may vary according to how hot your stove is. Wow. It is a different flavor, y'all. It's a good flavor. Oh, do you want to see me eat? Okay. I'll raise the camera. I raise the iPad up. I shoot everything on my iPad and my iPhones. It's kind of cool, huh? Gorgeous stuff. Should have used a different color plate to serve it for myself, huh? That's good. They're both excellent. Not sure which I like best. Don't have to choose. I can have them both. Let's make a hollandaise sauce. Hello. These little guys Lisa gave me for Christmas last year. Christmas tree ornaments. I love them. They're so cute. Brass monkey. Ode to the Beastie Boys. And I love them. Also, she gave me this little pot. Right. The only problem with this one is I can't open it. I would love to use this for mise en place. And my little paella pan. Ooh, gorgeous stuff, huh? Let's put them to work. Behold. On my cutting board, I hold the ingredients to make hollandaise sauce. The lemon, about a teaspoon of that lemon juice we're going to use. In my quarter teaspoon of measuring spoon, I have a little bit of salt. That represents a dash. We're going to use 1 egg yolk, not the white. This little bowl, it's empty now, but it will represent, well, I will add to that a teaspoon of agua, water. I'm going to stick of butter, which we're going to melt. Let me show you the equipment we'll need to make this wonderful sauce. I have too much fun in my kitchen sometimes. Never too much fun in the kitchen. Please, sir, may I have some more hollandaise sauce? So we have everything in place. I've got my little pot on the burner. Asparagus is plated. Glass bowl. My blender is off to my left. We'll bring that in. And what I've done is I've sliced the butter into little pads so we can add it in the pan, and it'll help to allow the butter to melt evenly. One big pound of butter takes a little longer to melt than if you break it up into pads like so. Okie doke. You like that? Easy little tip for you. Now once we get it in, I'm going to take my scraper, my little scraper I told you about a little earlier. Let's just move everything, try to make it as flat as you can in the pan. Now we're going to melt this butter, and in an ideal world you'll have your thermometer. That's a tough word for me to say. You know, the thing that measures the temperature. Let's turn this burner on. Excuse my click. There we go. Reduce it, and we're gonna watch this butter melt. Okie dokie. There you see what's happening quickly. If you do not have a thermometer, how do you say that word? Thermometer. Anyway, okay, you English teachers, you speech therapists, help a brother out, help a Curtis out. Say that word, thermometer. Anyway, the temperature thing. Okay, so see, it's starting to melt so quickly because we spread it throughout the pan, right? Okay, now, and here's another trick. If you don't have anything to measure that temperature, because we want it to be about 212 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is Celsius. That's about okay, so I think it's about 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, does anyone know how to do that transition? You middle school math teachers, again, help me out. All right, it's melting quite nicely. Everything is in place. Once it's melted, we're going to pour it into the glass container, measuring cup, whatever you want to call that thing. And I was giving you a trick if you don't have a way of measuring the temperature. watch your butter. When it starts to bubble, it's right about the temperature, okay? You want to get everything melted. Let this get melted nicely. I've got my handheld blender charged, I think, plugged in. See if yep, it's working. Make sure all of your tools are functioning. Conjunction, function, what's your junction, or something like that. Remember that from the old ABC shows? Lisa's not here, so I can't ask her questions this morning. I don't know where, I guess she's getting ready. She's gonna do some reading. There's a program her company's doing where they're reading books to youngsters. I said, can I do it? She goes, nope, you don't work for the company. So I'm like, yeah, but the person I love works for the company. You think they'd make an exception? Because I would love to read books to kids, you know? Okay, well, I guess I have to do it on my own, right? In fact, today, about 9 o'clock, oh, you see the bubbles there? Our butter is ready. As mama say, butter makes it better. I miss you, Laura Bell Curtis Aikens, my inspiration. All right, so now I'm going to turn the burner off. The butter's looking good. We do not want to brown this butter. We want it to stay nice and hot. Notice how I'm keeping it above the flame like that, and I'm moving it around just so it does not curdle on us. Now we're going to pour it into this glass container. Burner off. I'm going to pour it right into this glass container. Measuring bowl. Scrape all that butter out. Here comes the fun part. Let's make Hollandaise sauce. Okay, we'll bring everything back in. Remember, salt, egg yolk, lemon juice, water. I'm gonna do a quick stir up here. Make sure you can see this. Okay, now, all we're gonna do is take our time and drizzle this hot butter in while we mix it. Take your time doing this step, because by the time that all that butter is in there, you are going to have perfect Hollandaise sauce. Okay, let's come back and take a quick look at our sauce. Oh, that's looking so good. Just take your time, mix it up. That hot butter cooks that egg yolk. All right. Oh, look at that. That's so beautiful. All right, I'm going to take this little attachment off so that we can put this. Bring something in my little spoon holder. Voila. Now, let us, got a hot, warm plate there. Let's pour the Hollandaise sauce right over. A plate of Hollandaise sauce. Asparagus with Hollandaise sauce. Give it a taste, because all the proof's in the pudding. Put it in your mouth and see how it tastes. Right. I've got that asparagus, green and the white asparagus with the Hollandaise sauce. Winner, asparagus dinner. It's good stuff. Okay, I want to hear how your holiday turns out. Peace. Spread that love.